Hey everyone, it's Teresa. Welcome back to the Grim Art of Cooking. This is another day of our holiday baking videos. What we're going to be making today is going to be peanut butter applesauce cookies. Now, I know some of you may have never heard of these and are thinking peanut butter applesauce. Trust me though, these have been my girls' favorite since they were very little, and they are a recipe that came directly out of the family cookbook, The Grim Art of Cooking, several years ago. So, if you know somebody who likes peanut butter and they really love a more cake-like cookie, these are the perfect cookie for your family. So what you're going to need is you're going to need 3.5 cups of flour. You're going to need a half teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 cup of peanut butter. Now for the peanut butter, you can use either the crunchy or the smooth. I prefer the smooth, so that's what goes into our recipe. 1 cup unsweetened applesauce. Make sure you do use the unsweetened. The rest of it adds too much sugar, and then when you're adding 2.5 cups of brown sugar already into the recipe, it gets way too sweet. And then you're going to need 2 egg whites, just the whites, and then 2 teaspoons vanilla. So for all of the ingredients, you'll be able to find them in the link below. So we'll be back in a few minutes when we're ready to start putting this all together. Alright, welcome back, and we're going to go ahead and start putting these peanut butter applesauce cookies together. I'm going to make a lot of noise, so bear with me a minute. I'm going to start with the peanut butter. I'm going to try and keep all comments about peanut butter to myself. I think Cheyenne a little while ago though did capture a video of me.
Sucks for me. How do you feel about getting the peanut butter on your hands? Horrible. Hate peanut butter. Hate peanut butter.
Anyway, so we'll get started with that. We start with our wet ingredients, so the peanut butter, the applesauce, our unsweetened applesauce. Remember, as you're watching the video, if you want to make these cookies yourself, you'll find the link down below where you'll find the measurements and all the ingredients listed. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started, get it locked, and get it to start mixing up. And we're going to go ahead and add our packed brown sugar. Now this recipe has several distinct things about it, stories associated with it. It's this recipe that every year for about 20 years, every year during the holidays, I broke my mixer, no matter what. Be it a hand mixer or a nice stand mixer, which then prompted Todd a couple of years ago to buy a new mixer, the one that you see now. And when he came home, his comment to me was, if you can break this mixer by next Christmas, the only other choice I have left to get you is an industrial floor stand one. So thankfully, I haven't broke this one yet, but every time I make these cookies, I get a little nervous. I don't know why. But, so, the other story that I love about this is there's no shortening, and they do bake up like cake cookies. And several years ago, when the girls were all very little, we had a dog named Daisy, who when I would bake these cookies, I would end up getting upset with the kids because as I would pull them out of the oven and let them cool, I would turn around and there'd be cookies missing off of the kitchen cabinet. And I would get mad at the girls and tell them, you have to wait until Mom says it's okay to have cookies. And it was my youngest who was like, but Mama, it's not me. I didn't. It's the dog. It's Daisy. And of course I thought, no, it's little kids and cookies. Well, sure enough, hit the year, she's napping. The only one up and moving in the house is the dog. I turn around and the cookie is missing, and I look at the dog on the other side of the cabinet who is still licking her lips. So, all the animals for some reason love them. Even our dog that we have now loves these cookies. Don't want to feed her too much, but it doesn't have any of the refined sugar in it. It does have brown sugar. It has the applesauce and the peanut butter. So every year, her special treat, she gets a little bit, just a little bit of a peanut butter applesauce cookie. So we've got this all mixed up now, as you guys can see. And now we get to start the fun of adding flour, which is where I'll have my worst panic attack. So we're just going to go ahead and zip on through this one for you guys, just in case. Plus, if my mixer should happen to die, I don't really want to have you guys hear that. So we're going to go ahead and start adding our flour, and we'll get this all mixed up. So, okay, so everything is once again all mixed together. And we'll get it off of here so you can see it hopefully a little better. It's fairly thick. I just love the fact that I have flour everywhere. So it's a little bit thick and sticky. So just get it cleaned off of get it cleaned off the blade as best you can. And then that's what it looks like in the end. So what happens next with this is we will be putting it on the cookie sheets. So we'll see you when we're ready to get that done. Okay, so we've got the cookies. First batch is out of the oven. So we're gonna pull those out. As you see, they raised beautifully. You get some odd shapes, but that's okay because that's what makes these incredibly awesome. You give it a few minutes to cool. What you're looking for is that nice little crusty that's on the top, golden brown for the bottom, and then after you give them a minute to just sit on that pan, then you will get your spatula. And of course I grabbed probably the very biggest one I have. And then you're gonna get it off. And see, you just have a nice golden brown bottom. And you're gonna get them off onto your cooling racks. And after that, probably at the moment that you reach that just right of cool, which my children know the exact moment that that is, so that it's still nice and warm, then everyone can start stealing the cookies. So, hope you've enjoyed this. Remember, you'll find the links for everything, the times, the baking times, and everything down in the link down below. So, everybody have a great Christmas and enjoy all your holiday baking.